Hi! This is what kind of day I'm having. Playful and fun and exciting. I'm whipping water on my cat and she's like, what are you doing? She's bolting out of here. So, I don't know if I've fully told you what I'm doing on this page. And for those of you that are on my newsletter, you will know soon. But for those of you that follow me here, I'm going to Mexico for 6 months with my family and my husband. And we just rented out our house. And so I'm very excited because I started that process 4 months ago, knowing that that was what I'm supposed to do. And that was a whole process of trust. So I'm just bringing in my alignment for you and pulling a card for today. Yeah, so that's what life has been for me, is trusting, taking a leap, and knowing that the net will appear. And the net has appeared in all areas. So I'm very excited. So I wanted to share that energy with you. I want to make sure that spirit and the energy and kinesiology and the vibrational pull of this deck of cards. I'm being laughed at by the invisibles. They like it when I'm high vibe. I can hear them so much clearer when I'm not like concerned, worried, stressed, or wondering if I made the right choice. They're like, duh. You always know best. So I thought I'd pull a card and share the good vibes. Yes, they want me to stop right now, right here. And this is what we're pulling today. Follow the signs. Follow the signs. Da, 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 da. This is my original deck that was gifted to me. And when I literally was gifted this card, I trusted it because I was like, there was something so innate and there was such a pull to work with tarot cards at the time. And look at me now, here I am. So signs, are you trusting the signs? When we create a dialogue with spirit, it's really easy to get caught up in like all of the things that people talk about online. Like, what does 111 mean? What does 222? What does 444 mean? 777. And like all wisdom and like all seers, we're all going to get slightly different insights from time to time. So of course there's the biblical and numerological and all of these different ideas about numbers and the magic of numbers. So make sure that when you decide, which I highly suggest to every single one of you, to start communicating with spirit and creating a dialogue with your high self and with the being that is you in the universe and the supposed other beings that surround us. And when I say supposed, I'm only going to just talk briefly about this because there are beings around us, of course, of other dimensions. We all have spirit guides. We have animal guides. Often when I sit with someone, there's a whole team of beings with them. And so, you know, when we begin dialogue, when it comes to following the signs, the biggest thing with following the signs is learning discernment. So, you know, as a messenger and as a reader yourself, the biggest tool that you will ever have is discernment. Because if you can't clearly discern, you will be foggy. And so, for example, like if you're a reader or a receiver of a session, I had a session the other day with someone that was highly recommended, and he was like way off the mark. I like was so many things. There were so many things that I was like, yeah, that's totally going to be true for me. But there were so many things, and he talked about his own personal beliefs, which to me is a big no-no when you're doing a session. Like if I were to connect with you one-on-one, it's about me seeing you. It's not about how I feel about the world or what I think is happening in the world. It's about what is the information that your high self is plugging you into so that I can read the signs that spirit is showing me in that kind of interrogation. I call it interrogation, which is not at all. It's more like charades, you know? So your signs for you are going to be different. So when you're a reader or when you're receiving, if you're like, no, that doesn't make sense, no, then just like, you know that you have wasted your money. When somebody's giving you a session, that you should be like, yes, not sure, maybe, but yes, 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 yes. Okay, so when you go to see someone who's a reader who's amazing and clear and accurate and out of their ego, and they know how to discern, your reading's going to be really accurate. And for those of you that go to many sites, like for example, somebody comes for me, I'm like, have you seen a psychic in the last little while? And if they have, we should be on the same page. Like we should pick up on the same types of things and energies. So if you're trying to follow the signs, really trust that when you ask, the universe is definitely trying to correspond, and their language is so much different than ours that the translation sometimes becomes lost. So when it comes to the numbers, for example, what does 7 mean to you? What does 2 mean to you? You can establish that and communicate that with spirit, and they're going to start sending it to you. Like if you know that grandma is a white butterfly and you're like, hey grandma, send me the white butterflies, trust me, those white butterflies are going to start coming. And as much as that seems ridiculous, it's part of the way that your neurochemistry works as well. It's not just brain science, but it's intuitive science as well, and it's quantum. Whether you believe in this stuff or not, it's pretty undeniable when you start paying attention. Okay, so pay attention to the signs, be aware with how you're discerning them. It's funny, somebody's telling me telling me, like, and it's funny, I posted something the other day about a soulmate, and it was like after my friend comes to a reading 8 times, and it's like no, 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 no. And so for me, at one point in my life, I was like, this has got to be the person for me, this has got to be the person for me. And all the signs and all of the things were there, and I was like, duh, obviously. And what I realized, that as I was really praying for my highest level soulmate that would become the man that I'm with now, a lot of those messages were actually meant for him, and I was stuck in my own head about it. So I was only reading what I wanted to. So it's hard sometimes to give yourself a reading. Keep that in mind. You're too emotionally connected. That's why God has created seers, so that we can help and see for each other when our own clarity is off. And ideally, you want to be really clear in your own guidance. That's what I teach. However, there's times where you're in this tumultuous emotional bullshit thing, and you're studying or feeling supported by the ethereal beings, which is always the truth. We are all here to study, and we all receive divine support all the time. And Spirit always wants to give us the best, most possible, amazing thing for us. So as long as you're always like aiming for something, what you want, and being specific, but without the boundaries of specifics, if that makes sense. Watch for where the signs lead you, but don't get stuck in the emotional torment, because then you're not clear. Does that make sense? So follow the signs. There's somebody asking about a business, and you're juggling 3 different business opportunities. It's the third one, the one that you're not, you're too logical about it. There's another person out there. I don't know if this is a masculine, a male, or a strong in your masculine, feminine, female. And again, it's a partnership thing. It's like, is it, and that's funny, is it Bill or is it Bob? If you're asking if it's Bill or Bob, it's probably not Bill or Bob. It's probably Joe Blow from Idaho. You know what I'm saying? Like when you meet your soulmate, there shouldn't be this crazy questioning around it. They're also telling me, okay, and this is interesting. I'm going to stop with this one, because a lot of times we have split pathways, and this is what happened to me in a situation as well. So I see what they're trying to say. Sometimes there'll be a path A option that we've decided that we were going to put in our path, something that could manifest, and then there's a B plan. And so some of us have that, and it's hard to have that. A lot of dual signs have that. A lot of Geminis have that. A lot of Pisceans have that. Certain people that read palms, like I would get a palm reading and they'd be like, oh my God, you have 2 paths. And I was like, oh yeah, of course I do. Because I'm freaking confused a lot of the time, because I'm a Gemini and I'm dual. And what I've realized now with time is that there were 2 paths, but there were different people involved, and choices to be made, and decisions to be made. So sometimes we'll find ourselves in this type of thing, like a fork in the road, and then we decide based on the co-components of other people, left or right. And eventually you get to the crossroads and you have to be like, okay, am I going left or right? So for somebody out there who's trying to go left or right, you really got to get solid and clear with what you want, and you're not going to settle. You're not going to settle for less. If you want somebody, okay, they're telling me they're telling me it's like a hang up around someone who's not emotionally available. And that's where, yeah, he's going to play you and hook you a million times over and over, and it's already happened. But they're not showing up for your needs. And so you have to understand that you have a need that needs to be met. And therefore, you might want to decide to choose someone who's going to be emotionally fit to meet that need. Okay, I'm really open to a lot of people right now, which is fine. I'm in the mood for that. So I'm going to pull another card because there's somebody else asking. Emerging. So this is maybe going to attain. This is going to be part of. Yeah. Okay. So this is multi. They're showing me like 5, 6, 10, 15 people. Cute. And it's kind of like she's got her angel wings up, and she's somewhat protected, you know, but she's really pondering something and almost over pondering it. And it's like, you got to just trust that you're emerging, you know, and you said no to something that that was supposed to manifest, and it shut down. And so there's still opportunity. It's like I see a window or a doorway or like a portal to a curtain or something, and it's like you can revisit that, but I'm seeing like a need for structure in it. This will make sense for the person who's, I'm like, am I supposed to get anything else? And I'm like, nope, whatever I just said will resonate for you. And I think I hit that message. So open that door, open that window, but put more structure to it, whether that be your own boundary or what you want. And I feel like it could be business related. Is there anything else for anybody who might watch this video today or in the next coming days that is asking for a message that I might be inclined to receive? Roses, whoever's got the roses, one long stem rose in a vase, antique, something like that. He is not the one, and he's Mr. Now, and that you got to be okay with that. But if you're asking if he is the one, I don't think so. There's something about what you're here to do together is to create balance, and this is for everybody watching. We all need to always intend to have balance. Balance is not meant to be had all of the time. It's just not how it goes. So what does balance mean for you? How are you making time for yourself? Are you eating right? Are you getting your supplements? Are you getting your needs met? And if not, ask yourself why. Stay balanced as possible and as much as you can, but trust that sometimes shit isn't balanced. It's just not. That's why I love this mess right now of my life, because everything's in like the unknown and the uncertain. And yes, we have some solid plans, but the house is in chaos and all these things are changing with my business and my life and my partnerships, and it's amazing. And I'm thriving in it because I love that. If you've ever done the Tony Robbins quiz, I can't remember what it's called, but look for it online. It's about your flow state and where you most function. It's a brilliant quiz. Mine is like uncertainty. Like the more chaotic and uncertain your life is, the happier you are, which works really well for my Cancerian sun and my Leo man who likes to organize and be stable. And I'm like, I can't stand uber organization or stability. Like I crave it and I want it, but it's like, no, I can't live in this predictability, right? And so in trying to honor that as a family unit, how do we kind of honor and nurture everybody's needs without being insanely chaos all the time? There's a way. You have to overcome your beliefs and see what works for you and communicate and ask for what you need and figure out a way to make that work. So check out that quiz, and I hope there were some insights in here for you guys. And can't promise what's going to happen in the next few weeks. I got a lot going on, but in the future you'll be able to follow me on my business kind of branding page, where I'm focusing on retreats and teaching especially, as well as some online courses being built. And then you'll have my shit show, Margot Raw and Real Twin Mama Life, where you will be able to follow our trip in Mexico. Apart from us unplugging for the month of November, you'll be able to kind of spy on us if you choose to, and hopefully not spy, because I don't like being watched. But if you're welcome to join us, for those of you that I love and adore, and any of you that might have twins or toddlers with a desire to travel or change up life a little bit. Well, you still can, and know that you still and always can. You just got to override your beliefs and make shit happen. Okay, I love you. Have a beautiful day, and I will chat with you sometime. Bye.